The drone video you are about to see is an overhead view of two adjacent citrus orchards in South Texas. The two orchards on the same property are divided by a dirt road. They were both planted at the same time 3 years ago, and both orchards received the same grower inputs. So why is one orchard so obviously healthier and more lush than the other? There's only one difference between the two: the manner in which the two orchards were planted. In 2013, two scientists at the Texas A&M University System Citrus Research Facilities, Dr. Mamadou Setamu and Dr. Olufemi Alabi, were looking for a non-chemical effective method to physically block the circular foliage to underground life cycle of Diaprepes root weevils that were attacking the tree's root systems and killing trees. The solution they came up with involved covering the root zone area of trees with a black plastic mesh. The mesh proved to be highly successful. Damage from the Diaprepes root weevil was virtually eliminated. But by using this ground cover, especially over raised earthen beds, their research over the years produced an impressive list of significant benefits for growers, a list that continues to grow as their research continues. By using this new planting method, growers can expect vastly improved tree growth, root health, earlier fruit set, higher quality fruit, substantial water savings, superior tree health to help manage greening, phytophthora, and other pests and diseases, weed and vine control, the elimination of root weevils, and more. The use of this new planting method will likely become the only profitable way to plant future citrus orchards, and it may even help rescue the world's struggling citrus industry from total collapse. Like other citrus-producing regions of the world, South Texas is facing perilous challenges. But local citrus experts say the raised bed planting system offers tremendous hope.
We started in 2020 with a hurricane. 2021 we had to freeze, drought, periods of inability to get water from Mexico, our trading partner. Just a combination of the perfect storm befell us, not to mention the pest and disease issues.
Merton recommends Florida citrus producers contact Texas A&M scientists in Weslaco, Texas, for the latest information on how to incorporate this new raised bed planting method. He says it's a matter of survival.
I've had the luxury of being in Florida a couple of times where they've taken some of what Dr. Setamu and others here developed over there with great excitement. For the first time, I'm seeing some excitement in Florida. And it's been, as you well know, very, very bad over there since they found greening. Industry's in real horrible decline, but I think, and I've told them this, I think for the first time I see some hope. Some of these new planting designs I think are really gonna help them. That's how we're surviving greening right now. Tree health, more than any one thing I can put my finger on. We took a page out of Florida's playbook when we discovered it here, and Dr. Setamu and others helped us realize, you better keep that tree healthy, keep the psyllid populations as low as you can while we look for an eventual cure.
Above and beyond the encouraging and extensive research data developed by Drs. Setamu and Alabi, the new planting method now has positive testimonials from commercial citrus producers who have now been using the system for years. One grower, Judd Flowers of Lone Star Citrus Growers of Mission, Texas, said the first benefit of using this new system became apparent just weeks after planting.
After about 4 or 5 months, the beds that had cover on them started to decline. And we discovered that because the bed cover conserved the water so much, the water that it took to keep the regular trees in production was too much water for the ones that had cover on. So we had to install a valve to reduce the water input on those by about 30%. So it pays off, especially nowadays when we're in stress from drought and lack of water supply.
Glenn Martin, the Grove Care Manager at Lone Star Citrus, said it all comes down to tree health.
These trees are not that old. They're going into their fourth season. They were planted May 21st of 2021, right after the freeze. You can actually see how much growth, how much size, and how we can control these trees because we want the most production we can get at all times. The savings in water, pressurized irrigation versus flood irrigation. Flood irrigation in drought times, like what we have right now, is not the way to go. For the future, density, moisture control your fertilizer, you control your herbicides. Get away from chemicals as much as possible. We're not treating any chemicals underneath those trees. All that root system is drawing in that 6-foot bed down deep, and there's no intrusion of herbicides or chemicals. So your tree health, your root health, this is what we strive for.
Jose Silva, the manager of Edinburgh Citrus Grove Care in Edinburgh, Texas, swears by this new planting system and highly recommends it to others.
You know, I've been in agriculture for, all my life. The raised bed and the row cover is the future for citrus down here.
Earl Newhouse, a farm implement dealership owner and longtime citrus grower, is such an advocate of the raised bed planting system that he devised a tractor-pulled implement to create raised bed orchards.
Need to have your soil in excellent shape. Have good loose topsoil where it's loose so the machine can actually grab some dirt and not be scarifying off far down. So once we get it chiseled up deep, then we come in and farm the bed. Then we come in with another machine that we built that takes this 10-foot roll of plastic. It digs a trench on the side, it buries the plastic and puts dirt over it in one pass. Then you're pretty much ready to hook your lines up and test out your irrigation system.
For Judd Flowers, it's all about the bottom line.
The primary advantages are economic. You know, the growing costs are less. It's a matter of increasing the investment on the front end, getting into production sooner, and having lower cost over the life of the orchard. We call it a pay me now or pay me later situation. It has advantages in reduced cost after establishment and early production, which is, the sooner you can get to payday, the better off you are.
For details, advice, and the latest research findings on the raised bed planting system, contact the Texas A&M University Kingsville Citrus Center at Weslaco, Texas, or contact the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, also in Weslaco. Also available are the entire unedited videos of those interviewed for this production.